great way to help release your quad, that front side of your leg here, along with making the other side work at the same time, is going to be this elevated quad stretch. So what you would like to do is you're going to prop your foot up on something high up, and you're going to let your body sink down, letting gravity hang on you, pulling that quad apart, pulling that hip flexor apart, opening up that whole front side of the chain. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to throw a little yoga block on top to raise up the elevate the level a little bit. So I'm going to throw that foot on top. I like to put just in front of my ankle, like pretty much the edge of the block right on my ankle, so I've got room to dip down. The thing that you want to watch out for on this is as you sink yourself down, your knee is going to want to shoot forward. So if I just don't think about it, your body's going to go this way, trying to get out of that stretch. What you want to do instead is you want to sink yourself on down. So from this position here, you're going to keep those hips nice and level. You're going to bring that back knee down towards the floor. Now again, I'm really leaning forward here. So am I getting a stretch here? Maybe a little bit, but I want to get more stacked up. So I want to think about this shin being vertical, and I want to think about my body getting vertical here as well. So I'm going to bring this butt closer to my knee. This butt closer to my heel. Then I'm going to lengthen my spine out. Going to hang out right here. Now with that leg, I've positioned it so that my knee is in line with my hip, and my hip bones are level. So both my hip bones are pointing straight ahead here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. So this leg is actively working to hold me up and keep balance, while this leg here is getting a big stretch, so all across that quad. Don't forget, your pelvis got to face forward, but we also don't want it to tip over like this. Whichever leg is up, that hip's usually going to tend to be higher. So you want to take that top hip, let it drop down so that lower one can come up. So right now my right hip is too high, so I'm going to tip it over. As I tip that thing over, I'm going to let that left one level out. So now these guys are straight across, and instantly you're going to feel even more of a stretch in there. So again, your body's always going to look for an easy way out on these, so make sure you're paying attention to your body positioning. So I want that knee over your ankle, that pelvis pointing straight ahead, not turning out, and it's got to be level, so each of these hands are right across from one another. And you're going to focus on the nice, slow, easy breathing. Nose to mouth is taking control of your breathing. Nose to nose, it means that you're nice and relaxed and completely under control. More often you practice this, the more open those quads get, and that's going to help out with your hamstrings, hip mobility, and everything in between.